Howdy, good. Hot.
Yes, absolutely.
New one of those. So I think of baton. Wow, ingenuity.
And it was nothing we could do about that. I'm not sure which is easier, actually, to wonder if somebody's dead or alive, or to know that he's alive and suffering.
I recognize Larry Gray, this man. I got so hysterical when I saw that. I was crying and screaming.
Noah Hilton. Most people there. In here. So this is Andersonville's site. Wisconsin has the largest monument. Rhode Island is many. What I want to point out to you is here, this outer marker here was a fence, which you see down there. The inside was another fence that the distance between it, you see that says deadline. If you were found between those, you were shot. There's an area up here around a tree and here that have the fence around it and the growth. Those were both escape tunnels. This one has a rattlesnake in it. I'm sure they probably did back then too, but I don't know, as many people as there were here, they would have eaten them. I'm sure they'd have been delicious. Massachusetts, Michigan, Ohio. Can't make out those. So this front part here was a creek, and where the little building is a fountain, a spring, and where the shrubbery grows down in the lowest part of the valley, the creek continues through there. And they were going to have that as the toilet, and this is a drinking water, but water backed up, intermixed. 192,500, I think it is, died of dysentery and diarrhea-related diseases or what have you. Here you can see that this continues with a structure. On this side is artillery positions. That is Andersonville. Okay, so I have some information here that 45,000 Union troops came through here. 45,000. And 28% of them died. See if I can get a photograph of this. The sinks. This downstream end of Stockade Branch was the site of the camp sinks or latrines. According to the Confederates' original plan, prisoners would drink up upstream water and use latrines downstream where the current would flush sewage out of the camp. Inadvertently, the prison was designed for death. Stockade posts slowed the drainage, and during dry spells, the creek became more swamp than flowing stream. Dysentery swept the camp. There was a sign back there I didn't point out too that said, "Beware venomous snakes." And there again, those guys had to deal with them. This photograph was taken in August 1864 from a sentry box just downslope from here. The photographer was A.J. Riddle, who was preparing a report for the Confederate government. Riddle's 7 glass plate negatives were apparently the only photographs taken of Andersonville prison during the war. Like a double exposure, the surviving photos superimpose the historic reality on today's pastoral scene. You are looking at the same piece of ground Riddle photographed. Up here is a representation of some tents and shelters that they would have cobbled together for themselves if they had anything at all. And the stockade. Wouldn't want to be put in that. Couple of cannon. Nice fellows. They were from Tennessee and Kentucky, I think they said. Nice lady at the visitor center. She said, just a quick tour, and I said, yeah, I've been here many times. Told her I have family buried here and at Camp Douglas. I had a relative that was they sent a letter home from Chickamauga, telling his mom he didn't think he'd see her. Says, you know, what a sight he was beholding, the battle. Didn't think he would survive it. Turn you to the stronghold, you prisoners of hope. Zechariah 9:12. Turn you to the stronghold of hope. Turn you to the stronghold, O ye prisoners of hope. Man, why am I having a hard time with that? You can still be buried here if you qualify. This cemetery began as a burial place for the 12,920 Union soldiers who died in the nearby prison camp. The orderly rows and peaceful setting contrasts with the misery and disease within the stockade. When Anderson National Cemetery was established on July 26, 1865, it became open to all veterans of all later wars and remains an active cemetery. The headstones appear similar, but there are many unique features. Look for raiders' graves, the monument of unknown soldiers, the different symbols above individuals' names. Yeah. So I have 5 namesake buried here. And the first one that I have is right in this area. I won't dox myself, but he's here. And from Pennsylvania, which was where my family started. Then they went to Ohio. I have another fellow from Ohio. But just 12,920 or 50, was it? Finding all 5 of them has been a challenge because, you know, it's there's a lot of people out here. A lot. Well, they got the gate locked. Alrighty then. I've never seen that closed. $12,950. north gate. The trail follows the footsteps of newly arriving prisoners. Captured Union soldiers march from the village railroad station past this spot and uphill to the north gate, the main prison entrance. After prisoners passed through the outer door, it was barred behind them, and the inner gate swung open to the prison yard. New arrivals, or fresh fish as they were often called, had no idea what awaited them there. 500 weary men moved along slowly through the double lines of guards. Two massive wooden gates with heavy iron hinges and bolts swung open as we stood there, and we passed through into the space beyond. We were in Andersonville. Water unfit for human consumption, please do not drink. The Providence Spring. This pavilion was erected by the Women's Relief Corps, auxiliary to the Grand Army of the Republic, in grateful memory of the men who suffered and died in the Confederate prison at Andersonville, Georgia from February 1864 to April 1865. The prisoners' cry of thirst rang up to heaven. God heard, and with his thunder cleft the earth and poured his sweetest waters, gushing here, erected 1901. When the inner gate swung open, new prisoners had their first vision of life inside. The noise, the stench, the crowd of emancipated men desperate for news must have been overwhelming. New arrivals were known as fresh fish. Anything of value, money, buttons, clothing, might be conned or stolen from them. Even worse was the sight of other prisoners, whose skeletal forms and lifeless eyes. A new prisoner could foresee his fate. feel the weight of this place. The fellow I was telling you about that wrote home from Chickamauga, he actually lived. He had 5 brothers. He was one of 5 brothers, and he's the only one that lived. Stockade Branch. This stream, branch of Sweetwater Creek, was a prisoner's water supply. Today's neatly dredged channel is misleading. When the prison was built, the stockade posts slowed the current, turning the stream banks into acres of stagnant swamp. The prisoner's latrine stood downstream. Overcrowding soon fouled the water, and the sluggish current failed to wash sewage out of the prison. The stream's bacteria quickly became lethal. Yeah. So we'll go right through the town, show you where these poor bastards got off the train to walk over here to their doom. I guess we have to go all the way around. It was worth it. Yeah, you can see the 2 branches. Supposed to have been the radio station. Not Voodoo Child, but Stevie Ray Vaughan. And I think I'm getting rained on. I've got to go that way. But I don't care. It's nothing compared to what these people went through. And I was thinking, getting on this thing too, that they knew horses. This thing would blow their minds. Although it wasn't too much longer after that. It was at 03, the Harley was born, put a motor on a bicycle. 03, 1865. 75, 85, 95, 35 years, 38 years later, they had motorcycles, and also the Wright brothers had us in the sky. If I'm wrong, correct me in the chat. Comment down below. But please subscribe. I'm trying to grow this thing. I want to have a source of income. Daddy needs help. This was the choice spot. They had gangs in here that gave no care for rank. They had their own rank. Cannon position. It's very pretty. Welcome to Andersonville Civil War Village. And the museum, I'm not going to take time because I don't know what's ahead of me with the weather, but there is an excellent video on YouTube showing the museum. I will link to it if I see it. The depot. Be safe. Oh, and that's the worst. He was executed, tried and executed. A bit of a knee jerk, actually, I think. Similar things didn't happen to those that ran Camp Douglas and some of the northern hellholes. There's the track. And that, my friends, is Andersonville. I'm going to get on to look at what my route home is going to look like, and see you next time. Like, subscribe, comment, correct me on any errors. See you next time.